I'm born as an intersex person. I'm one of those that is called an ambiguous child. Is when you are born with both genitals, but they are unclear to say whether you're a female or male. I'm a proud black intersex woman. I was hospitalized obviously from birth, and they realized that I had genitals, both genitals, and they were both unclear. So obviously from word go they wanted to fix me from there, and it was operations after operations, but the first operation I had it when I think I was 1 year 6 months, if not mistaken, and in and out. I remember I used to get passed out, especially on December holidays. Like I would go for Christmas at home, and then after 2 days they will send me back to hospital. I didn't feel normal either. I mean, people wouldn't believe that I actually did become homophobic on myself, because I didn't understand myself, that how is it that I've got a breast? I would be interested in someone that has breast. You understand what I'm saying? It was too confusing for myself, and hence I said to you that I grew up thinking I was and believing I am a lesbian, and I started activism, being there, finding out more about, myself, getting to know me. But then the problem started when now coming to puberty. At the age of 15, 16, that's when I realized, when I got to high school actually, that no man, I'm actually still different from my other lesbian friends. Now they are going through their periods and experiencing all that adolescent. And there I am, age 14, no puberty, 16, nothing, 18, nothing. I realized, no, there must be something wrong here. And every time when I was not feeling well, even if I had stomach cramps, my mom would never give me the same pills or medication as my sisters. And it was always, we have to go see a gynae. We always had to see a gynae. It always made me wonder, like, why is it every time with me there has to be machines and what? And I just said, I have a stomach bug. I had so many questions also towards my parents, as much as I didn't know how to ask, But it made it easier for me when they sat me down when I was 21 and told me that, Dimakatso, you're actually not a lesbian. And they told me that I am actually born intersex. And my mom actually said, you were born with both genders, both genitals, penis and a vagina, but they were still unclear. They were both there, but still both unclear. I don't have ovaries. I don't have a fallopian tube. Hence, I don't go through periods and all of that. I do have testosterone, which are not even functioning. I don't know whether they've closed them or they were just not functioning at all. All I know is that inside I know I'm a male. Hence, from age of 16, I started growing beard. Obviously, my body feature, you can see. The only thing most people, they would see, like, oh, yeah, we can say you're a lesbian. Oh, the only thing that says you're a woman is that you have a breast. Dude, if probably that would be removed, you're a total man, There's harsh things that people would say. People will say, so do you sleep? A stupid question like, so do you sleep like everyone else, or do you cough like? I'm human like anyone else. The only difference is just my genitals. Not even, there's no difference. There is actually no difference. Well, I guess what makes me different from another woman or another man right now is that if I didn't undergo any surgeries or operations, I'd probably be living as a normal intersex human being. But because they wanted to fix me from birth, hence I'm suffering today, trying to fix myself to be normal, not to be a female or a male, but to live a healthy life without any medication 24/7. Now I'm suffering for that, because I have to now maintain myself that this beard doesn't grow bigger, or I don't grow an April's Adam or some things like. Now I have to prevent things from occurring in my body through medication. But then the thing is people have this belief, especially the medical industry, they have this belief that when somebody is born intersex, there's something wrong with you. And if they knew that there was nothing wrong with you from word go, and them calling it a medical condition would make life easier for me. One, because I would know that maybe most parents would know that if you have a child like that, you have to leave a child to grow up and make their own choices, make their own decisions that mama, I want to keep them both, or mama, I want to remove a penis, or mama, I want to remove a vagina. But then instead, with me, I feel like people chose a life for me, how I'm supposed to live, and actually how I'm supposed to. The minute they did an operation, they chose how I'm supposed to live and how I'm supposed to look. Probably if people knew that there's not only two genders that exist, which is a female and a male, if people knew that there is intersex, which is a third gender, I think life would be very, very simple for people like me who are intersex, that we wouldn't have to live to educate or live for awareness every day, and the complications of our bodies that we go through every day, then the trauma and the torture, stress and depression that we go through every day. And mind you, most of intersex people, trust you me, we are very, very suicidal. I realized, like, after my mom passing away, that I reckon that they actually suffered not for me being born intersex, but my mom even had to leave her job because Monday to Monday she had to attend me in hospital. So she had to resign. So I feel like my mom had to stop living her life for me to live. So that was too much sacrifice, I believe. My dad always said, I actually realized when you were born after a couple of days that, wow, God actually really trusts me. And I was like, wow, out of anything you can say, you only saw that God trusted you. And I'm like, why that? He said, Dimakatso, God would have gave you to anyone. And probably whoever it was, he or she would have killed you. But he decided to bless me and your mom with you. And not that we were ready, trust you me, we were not ready. But then he saw probably our hearts that we could take this. And to me, I'm taking that for life. Hence, I'm doing this advocacy because I wouldn't want any child who's born intersex to undergo every challenge that I went through. How should parents raise intersex babies like any other child? Like I said, I've been mentioning that there's nothing wrong with the child being born intersex. You are as normal like any other child. I don't even want to say any heterosexual or any homosexual. Listen, we're still struggling even in the LGBTQ community as intersex. We're still like a taboo in the community of, homosexuals. So imagine I have to explain myself to homosexuals and have to explain myself to heterosexuals. So you start feeling like you are alone there and there, and it gets more difficult. You understand? It gets really, really, really hard. You know that people that are struggling and you are with them in the same struggle, they sometimes don't fight for you. I've found more difficulties, especially as I'm from South Africa, and especially filling in forms. I'm not a female, I'm not a male either, but then I always have to tick on the M. I'm on the F, tick on the F, and that's not applicable for me. One, for now we have the new ID document, which is a card now in South Africa. It's almost due. That the green book will no longer use it, and I still kept my green book. I'm probably be the only person left with the green book, and the reason I still keep it's because it only states your names, your surname, and your ID number. That's it. It doesn't state whether you're a female or a male, and with me, I'm okay with that. I still keep that one. But this one, it says your names, your surname, your ID number, and it states whether you're an F or an M, and I'm not either of that. So it's not applicable for me. And I feel this is the time where I'm not supposed to be doing anything for government or society or for what. This is who I am. I do exist. Why, if instead of putting an I from the ID, they rather put O? And then when somebody knows that you're from the O, you're either lesbian or gay or queer or bisexual or whatever. You either gender non-confirming. You don't want to be called a male or female. It should have probably been something that's making me depressed than any other things that I'm an intersex. But I don't let it, because I know God wanted me to be like this. He has a purpose. Why? He created somebody like Dimakatso and brought Dimakatso to live up until now. There's definitely, and if I still exist even today, that means that purpose is still to be served, and I pray is to save a whole lot of lives of intersex babies, and I would definitely do that. Educate people and awareness, have conversations, medical doctors, and pastors and reverends, which are the ones are really, really contributing and dominating for us to get killed so bad.